Hello, welcome Solex Nation. You guys, we have an announcement. It's
DOT
crazy.
is sold out.
It's sold out, completely sold out. Tickets are done.
Like, that's a big deal, right? I mean, last year we sold out, this year we sold out, and we increased the venue significantly.
Yes,
right?
A lot more people will be attending this year than last year. We have a bigger venue, but holy cow, we sold out. You guys went crazy, told all your teams, told everyone about it, so good job. Now, I know there will be some people that are disappointed, can't believe they didn't get their ticket in time. What happens for them?
Well, and there'll be the people who sign up between now and then, and they're like, I didn't even have a chance. Last year, every year this happens, there are people who bought a ticket and it's a non-refundable ticket, and so they have to sell it to somebody else. That does happen every year. And so look on the Facebook group, message your upline, see if there's anybody that they're aware of that can no longer go to the event that would be willing to sell their ticket to you. Also, customer service usually fields several of these calls, and they may be able to at least know who you are as they receive people who are like, listen, I can't make it. You know, is there anybody interested in a ticket? And they can connect you guys together.
That's right.
Right? So as long as that, don't fret too much. That usually solves most problems, but it doesn't solve every problem.
Yeah.
And so we are sold out. We're going to have a great event. We're so excited. We hope you'll make all the plans and check out not just the venue, but the space around that you can enjoy while you're there. Let's come in September and have a great time.
If you do buy someone else's ticket, please call customer support so we can get the name changed over. We do need to have record of that.
Great. That's usually like the fine print that I have to go through. Great job.
There it is. You're
well
welcome.
done.
Yep.
I'm rubbing off on you.
It's great. All right, you guys, there is literally one more day left in this month, which means one more day to get free enrollment.
Yeah, so if you have a person who would like to become a quantum living advocate, a QLA here at Solex, today's the last day to do it for free. If you have a customer that's been thinking about, or you've been thinking about reaching out to, this is the last day to do that. You have one more day to do that. And so reach out with an order. They can get enrolled for free at midnight on the 31st. It does end and it's no longer available.
That's right. But starting on Friday, August 1st, it is our August Enrollment Incentive, which this month is AO BIOME.
BIOME is a great one.
You know what?
Right?
My mom is actually on BIOME and she panicked a little bit because she ran out and forgot to reorder, and she called me saying, can you get that to me really fast? So she swears by it. So do I, actually.
It seems to just kind of be this leveling experience in my gut, like the consistency of what I experience, right? No matter what I'm eating, BIOME helps to make it balanced. Now, you never know whether that's a product of taking Zymes with the meal or pearls afterwards or things like that, which I do. I enjoy all of those, but BIOME seems to be the consistent, baseline for me.
That's right.
Of keeping that area well.
While we're talking about this, the entire AO Core set is so valuable. I'm not kidding. I have had so many people ask me, what are you doing? I've lost weight in the last while, and people are saying, okay, you got to give me your answers. My biggest answer to that is I fixed my gut health. The only thing, well, I don't want to say the only thing. I'm doing a lot of things, but the biggest thing that I did to fix my gut health was AO Core consistently.
Yeah, it's a great thing. A lot of you love it. A lot of you are sharing that. We think that it's foundational and unique in the marketplace in what it offers and at the price point that it's being offered at. It really is a saving. If you're thinking about gut health, or you're using different digestive tools and youth supporting agents like collagen and things like that, it's worth looking at the whole of AO Gut and saying, okay, what do you offer at what price compared to what I'm using or would like to use? And I think you'll be surprised that this really is a friendly, helpful, and a complete solution to you. And it really goes hand in hand because of the purity of ingredients with the frequency that's available in AO Scan.
Yeah.
Like when you do imprinting and when you send frequencies and you even do your inner voice and balancing harmonics, that ties really well with the frequency of the purity of ingredients that we offer in the AO Core line. So they all are meant to go together.
We went off on a really big tangent. We just want you to know that the enrollment incentive for August, it always is my fault. The enrollment incentive for August is AO BIOME. And don't forget, we haven't talked about this in a little bit, but this quarter 3, we also have our enrollment for the Enroller Incentive when you bring on 3 and when you bring on 6. So when you bring on 3,
you get a $100 credit after the quarter ends. You can use that in the Solex store. When you enroll 6, not only do you get the $100 credit, but we are sending you the new AO mask, which has the green light, the blue light, the red light, and the 810 and 1064. I've been using it. I love it, actually.
I do too. I had a stomach ache the other day, and I put the neck piece on my stomach with the 1064 and the red light, and one session, it was about 20 minutes long, and I was fine.
Yeah, it really helps. It's a great tool too. Of course, we love all the tools. It's for you to experience, and you get your own experience with that in such a way that you have a testimony about it and you can share it with others. But that could be free for you by enrolling 6 this quarter.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good things happening at Solex. Along that, we have a contest drawing and top enrollers, so let's do that.
Hello everybody, it's that time of the week again. You might get lucky to win something. And what was the question that we asked them to answer in the comments?
What helps you feel most mentally cleared and centered?
All right, and we're giving, Sevi dots.
We're giving away Sefi dots.
Okay, do you want to draw first?
That you can put frequencies in and feel cleared and centered. All right. So this is Get Healthy with Sabrina. She wins every week.
Oh, is that Sabrina Gonder?
Sabrina Gonder.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Lucky. You must have sent frequencies of luck. Listening to inner voice with my eyes closed and being still and quiet helps me feel mentally clear and centered. MindSync is great too, along with being at the ocean. Oh, that would get you
physically at the ocean.
Yes, that would get you cleared and centered.
Because there's an ocean sound in MindSync as well. That's what I first thought. So,
well, being at the ocean will get you cleared and centered quick. A little help with the Sefi dots will mentally put you there.
That's awesome. Okay, Crunchy613. Oh, I'm trying to look at her profile picture, but I don't know if I recognize her. Well, call or email us, right?
Let us know. Yes.
Know who to send the Sefi dots to. Inner Voice, 660 Band, Methylene Blue, and MindSync are helping me work through childhood trauma and depression. Thank you. Wow, cool. Okay, so
that's a
Sevi dots going to you. Yeah.
Yes, this will add to it.
Yes, I'm glad that.
Great addition.
Okay, one more.
All right, one more. Dawn K. We've had this winner before. 8831. I love journaling to help clear and center myself. From Solex, I love Inner Voice, and I've been using the Hub with goggles, headphones, and CES. I feel reset after my sessions.
Wow,
that will
cool.
definitely do it. Enjoy
awesome.
your Sefi dots.
Yeah, congratulations, the three of you.
Congratulations.
Okay, so we're also going to do the top enrollers, all the people that worked hard and went to the grind
July,
last week.
It's the middle of the summer and you guys are still working hard.
Great job. This is for the week of July the 21st through the 27th.
Yes.
And no ties?
No ties.
Second place is Professor Dr. George Grant. Congratulations.
Congratulations for working through this summer. Most people go on vacation and they're still working hard. And first place is Simmons Holistic. So congratulations. We will give you an AO Scan sample pass on your account so that you can keep sharing the amazing AO Scan technology.
Awesome. And I think we have a great call. Let's get on with that.
Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed, unfocused, or just not quite yourself? It's time to reconnect you with your mind's true potential. I'm introducing to you the AO Hub from Solex, a revolutionary mind engagement system by Solex. This isn't just a device, it's your personal gateway to optimizing mental, emotional, and physical well-being. By harnessing the power of specific brainwave frequencies, AO Hub helps you achieve very specific targeted results. For instance, by engaging the brain at the theta level, this is a 4 to 8 hertz frequency, you can instigate deep relaxation and internal healing. At the alpha level, 8 to 12 hertz, this enhances creativity and mental clarity. Beta, you're getting a little bit more active here. This is 12 to 35 hertz. This boosts cognitive activity and problem-solving function. Diving into gamma, we're now at 35 hertz and greater. This is hyperfocus or advanced cognitive processing. Paired seamlessly with the AO Scan technology, the AO Hub delivers some very important things in its unique design. With the goggles, it offers a full spectrum white light. This engages the brain more effectively than traditional color lights. With the headset, you get differentiated audio stimulation. This provides distinct auditory inputs to each hemisphere of the brain, promoting balancing processing. And then with frequency stimulators, this helps deliver targeted frequencies to guide the brain activity. The thing that I want to point out is the synchronicity of the visual, the auditory, and the frequency stimulators. These all work hand in hand to help engage and gently suggest to the brain the wavelength you're trying to achieve. You get to customize your sessions to target very specific areas. You can look at like dependencies therapies, where you're assisting in overcoming substances and promotes positive changes. Cognitive mindset sessions, these connect with your subconscious to be able to remove mental roadblocks. Light engagement sessions uses light in the goggles and sound pulses to guide you into beneficial wave patterns. All of these are here to support and elevate your wellness routine with the AO Hub. This is where cutting-edge technology meets holistic health. The AO Hub is nowhere else in the world. It is only found at Solex, and it is the most complete and comprehensive way to gently suggest to the brain an engagement routine to elevate your brain's performance, supporting every facet that your brain supports in the body. Discover more about the AO Hub and the AO Scan technology at solexglobal.com.
So let's dive in this evening to the field of dentistry. I had the privilege of starting in the field of dentistry in 1972, and I really, really enjoyed it. I got to be an assistant in a progressive dental practice. And then as time went on, I also got to spend time educating kids in a small educational room on how to brush their teeth, how to floss their teeth, and the importance of taking care of their mouth. It was a lot of fun, but they didn't really pay much attention until one day I was able to show them this book. It was written for kids, and it really was pretty hysterical. Back in the 1970s, there was no internet, there were no YouTube videos, there was nothing that we use today. But this book was unique in that it had really great pictures in it. And when you flipped the pages, it made it look like something was moving in the margin. And what this author did was took it where he had the bacteria that's in the mouth that contributes to mouth disease. And starting at the top, the bacteria would move. And by the bottom, it showed the bacteria peeing acid on the teeth and let the kids know that when they didn't brush their teeth or floss their teeth, that all the bacteria in the mouth was actually using their mouth as a bathroom to go on their teeth. Well, once I started using that book, you would not believe how much the kids were flossing and brushing their teeth. It was just great. So it impressed on me at a very early age in my dental career that I went on to do for over a decade, just how important it was to clean the mouth. But I never really knew the particulars of it at that time. But tonight, we're going to look at bacteroides gingivalis. This shows up in your reports when you're using your scanner. And I hope by the end of tonight's video that you have a new appreciation for brushing, flossing, and one other technique of keeping the mouth clean from this bacteria that I will share with you at the very end. So when we look at this, here's the list of what you will see when you're looking at your report. You will see bacteroides gingivalis and bacteroides intermedius, both of these. This is the report that's by term, and it's showing that those two bacteria that originate in the mouth are actually having an effect on 5 different areas of the body. Now, this is really important because this is where this particular bacteria that tends to live under the gum line in the mouth has a very big effect on the body. So here you can see bacteroides gingivalis. It's a bacteria associated with periodontitis and has been linked to systemic disease This is where you start to get a hint of what goes on with this bacteria that you can see frequencies for in your scanner. It includes conditions like Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, and inflammatory bowel disease. Now think of it. When you're scanning someone and you see that there are frequencies for this in their system, look at some of the things that you are able to influence if you can help them to get it where those frequencies disappear from the body due to better dental care. In fact, as a side point, have you ever heard about the people that can't even go to get their teeth cleaned if they have artificial hips or like heart valves that have been replaced with the pig valves or whatever? Anything like that, they have to take antibiotics before they can even get that done. Now, why? Because in the dental field, it's known that if they get their teeth worked on and they haven't taken the antibiotics, there is so much of this bacteria released into their system, and it has a tendency to migrate to those areas where they have had those implants or things done and cause some serious inflammation and some real problems. So right there in the dental field, you have a big clue that this bacteria is something that's not to be ignored. So one of the areas that we're going to go into first is it's been linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, including the plaquing in the arteries. It also can play a big role in metabolic syndrome that can lead to diabetes and heart disease. So here's a really serious consideration when you're talking about this bacteria that's in the mouth. One point to make clear is you cannot always get all this bacteria out of the mouth just by brushing and flossing. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So here you have your heart view. And in your scanner, you've got more than one heart view. You would want to scan the 3 views of the heart, and then you would want to look at your report and look and see if you see any of that gingivalis or intermedius as a bacterium. And that would be something that you would want to pursue with the person with going to your homeoenergetics and running a bacteria DT, and also just talking to them and saying, tactfully telling them, one, you want to make sure that you're brushing and flossing correctly, but at the same time, there are other ways of managing this bacteria that you can't get to with brushing and flossing. Like I said, we'll go into that a little bit more later. Another thing that people don't think of sometimes is brushing the tongue, because a lot of times they brush the teeth really well and they floss between the teeth really well, but then the tongue is coated with a ton of that bacteria as well. So that's just an interesting side point to keep in mind when you're helping the people that you scan work on the oral health that's going to have a major impact on their body. So this bacteria can colonize, and it can increase in the brain, potentially encouraging amyloid plaque formation and affect the protein function that is a key feature of Alzheimer's. How important is that? How much have we heard of an increase of Alzheimer's dementia, and how could we help people a percentage by having them do better with the health of their mouth, their oral cavity, getting control of this bacteria and cutting down on the risk factor that may be coming from the mouth. So this is really important. Here again, you have many brain views in your scanner. When you see that you have 1s or 9s in the brain, there can be many causes that will show up in your scanner, everything from chiropractic to different heavy metals and whatever. But don't skip looking at the bacteria section to see if you have bacteria gingivalis or bacteria intermedius. This would be a clear indication that there are frequencies for that bacteria in the brain tissue, and you would want to take steps with the person that you are scanning to help them improve the oral health. Studies are also showing that gingivalis can aggravate inflammatory bowel disease by affecting the gut microbiome and the immune cell balance. Here again, how much have we learned on Wednesday night calls about the influence of the gut on the body? The fact that the gut makes neurotransmitters, the fact that the gut is the second brain, the fact that so much goes on in the large intestine as far as electrolytes, as far as vitamins being formed, as far as hydration of the body. all of these things can be affected if that bacteria gingivalis and bacteria intermedius is allowed to have an overgrowth in the mouth and then end up migrating to those different areas of the body. So here again, what do you want to look at? If you've got any 1s or 9s that are in the view with the close-up of the pancreas and the ducts that are in the gut, or if you have the whole view of digestive, whether it's in the PDF form like this or in your table version, you are going to want to make sure that you go to your report and see if under those body parts specific or in the term report, if there is that particular listing that needs to be addressed in the body. Here's another slide. Studies have also shown a link between the types of gingivalis and rheumatoid arthritis, RA, with the bacteria potentially contributing to the development of RA-related autoantibodies. So how many people do we have that are starting to complain that they have RA? Now, in your scanner, you're going to find other causes for the RA as well, but an underlying cause that could have been there for years could be that in their mouth, they have the bacteroides gingivalis and the bacteroides intermedius, and that has been migrating to the joints and is starting to cause problems not only in the joints themselves, but also with the whole immune system. So how important would it be to look for this? The bacterium has also been associated in studies with systemic conditions like oral and colorectal cancer. The colorectal, sorry, I'm not pronouncing it right, anyway, the cancer of the colon, and adverse pregnancy outcomes. Think of how serious that is. Now, even think of it from the standpoint of, what if somebody has a number of these things going on? You could have that bacterium, gingivalis and intermedius, contributing throughout the body to a number of different things that they have been labeled with as having a disease situation or be heading that way. And it's one of the factors that you can address that can have an impact, frequency-wise, on what's going on in the body by addressing it. So here's a study from the National Library of Medicine. Here's one of the additional things to brushing and flossing that can be done. And I want to read this quote. Oil pulling can be considered as an enlargement of standard oral hygiene techniques since it has the characteristics of an oral massage, enwrapping epithelial cells, carrying bacteria in oil vesicles, and reaching almost all unique habitats in oral cavity. Well, what is that saying? Saying that when you do oil pulling, that particular practice can get into all the nooks and crannies in the mouth and help to address this problem with the bacteria. Now, I don't know why I don't know who did it. I mean, it's been done in India for hundreds of years, but I don't know why they call it oil pulling, because it doesn't actually pull the bacteria out and it doesn't actually kill the bacteria, although it does help with fighting the bacteria. Here is a definition from Google as well. Coconut oil is known for its antimicrobial properties, including antibacterial, antiparasitic, and antifungal effects. These properties are largely attributed to the medium-chain fatty acids present in coconut oil, particularly lauric acid and capric acid. These fatty acids can disrupt the cell membranes of bacteria, fungi, and parasites, leading to cell death. So it's a function in relationship to these bacteria that ends up affecting them. However, oil pulling is highly effective with these different ones that you see in your report, because what happens is when you take the coconut oil, and which the coconut oil, by the way, sometimes people use sesame oil, different oils, but the coconut oil actually is known to be the most effective. They take it and swish it in the mouth. And a lot of the places online will say take a tablespoon and do it for 15 minutes. Quite frankly, with the people I've worked with, it's too much and it gets gaggy. I have found with everybody that if they take a teaspoon and do it for 5 minutes, then I tell them make sure you spit it out in the trash, not your sink, because the oil will harden in the pipes and you'll get some clogging in the pipes eventually. So putting it in the mouth and swishing it for 5 minutes and spitting it in the trash, what happens is it gets into all the places where that bacteria is, and the bacteria flees from it because it's antibacterial. And then it gets into the saliva, and then by spitting it into the trash, you're actually expelling the bacteria from the mouth. So doing a teaspoon for 5 minutes, repeating it 3 times, so it's a 15 minutes, and then possibly doing it a number of times a week. Some people, if they show up as having this in their reports in a lot of areas, you might want to tell them to do it every day for a while. But this can really help with the management of this particular bacteria. So I hope that that has helped you some tonight to appreciate that the state of your mouth, the state of your oral health, the bacteria that is in the mouth, not only between the teeth with flushing, with brushing and flossing, but also with doing the oil pulling, this can have a major impact on the frequencies that show up in the body. And managing those frequencies can be preventative from getting different conditions. And at the same time, if the conditions are already there, then taking up this practice of taking care of the mouth better in connection with this bacterium can also improve those conditions as well. So happy scanning, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Deb, for a great training. Again, as usual, helping us with mouth health.
Yes.
That is a mouthful.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, I won't, because it will be a blooper. And it won't even probably be cut. It would just be left right in. We just have to roll with it. All right, so what are we going to ask them to do? It's contest time.
Yes.
with
We
mouth
want to
health.
know, what is your favorite mouth-friendly habit or one you're excited to try?
Yes, and then what we're going to give away is AO Pearls.
AO Pearls.
Pearls, the essential oil-based pearl that you can pop or swallow, and you get the digestive health, you get the pop, you get the airway opening, and a really cool sensation all around.
You do. I love my pearls. Got them in my purse at all times. If you ever see me and you want to try one, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, good one. Get Rusher at Day of Discovery.
Oh yeah, maybe
So
not
just
there.
hand
Maybe
them
not
all
there.
out.
Have a great week, everyone.
Also, Deb, we're going to announce, oh no. We're also gonna top.
You got some bloopers, dude.
Shoot!
I feel like I started out really good. These are only the bloopers from the middle, okay, just so everyone knows.